Hello, you beautiful nerds. I'm Jedi Master Grayson.
And I am your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill.
And welcome to
Does It Help?
Classic genre film the show where we revisit classic genre films to see if they're as good or as bad as we remember. And we
may get drunk or dead while we do it. But as always, I can't do it alone.
That is true. We are joined by a special guest to help us determine if this film stands the test of time. He is a graphic designer, illustrator, collector, and all-around super talented content creator. You can check him out on the Edge of Vegaverse YouTube channel. Vic Vega, welcome to the show, man.
Good evening, fellas. Most appreciated, and thank you for the kind words as well.
Of course, man. Of course. Happy to have you on, man. Been
absolutely
always like fun, like watching you guys, you and Freddie C over at the comic book trap house. So like, it's a long time coming, man. Like, happy to have you come on and talk about some nerd shit.
Facts. Yeah. Remember when you guys would pull up when we were doing those lives?
Yeah, it was always
it was dope. We was finishing a live one day. And we was hanging out with some of our homies, from Nine Nerd Yards and some other people. And we pulled up y'all shit and then y'all was live.
Yeah.
And we was like, holy shit, I didn't know they was still doing the lives no more. We went back up there. So
it was good while we throw a little alley-oop, you know.
Fuck yeah,
just
man,
for the hell of it, really. But
yeah, you guys are always like it's always a fun time.
Yeah, that kind of branched off what I do just for, you know, the comic book culture and the scene, just a branch off really from comic book trap house, you know.
Yeah.
Little tours in the shops.
Yeah, I love the content, man, that you're putting on the YouTube channel, man. There's definitely going to be a link in the description for anybody who wants to check that out.
Go down there and hit the buttons and do the stuff.
You guys are popping too.
Appreciate it, man. Yes, just having fun talking about this stupid shit. You know, it's all about the nerd culture.
We just look like we popping because we be here every day. That's all. We be here every day. We don't miss no days.
That's true.
No days off.
No days off. What are we talking about today, Bill?
What
are we talking about today?
I thought we were just hanging out. Oh, excuse me. Well, we must be talking about the 1989 superhero film, The Punisher, starring Dolph Lundgren, Louis Gossett Jr., and Jerome Karabi. But that's not all. We're also talking about the 2024 Punisher movie in our first ever Versus episode. Does it hold up?
That's right.
It's Jane versus Lundgren.
It's a very historic episode today. And yeah, like I'm really excited to get into it. But let's talk about the 1989 version first. Why not? The premise, based on the popular Marvel comic book, this film begins with Frank Castle as a respected police officer dedicated to eradicating the mafia's influence. That is until the mob responds with a lethal car bomb that decimates Castle's family. Now filled with rage, presumed dead from the horrific explosion, Castle takes to the city's underground sewer tunnels to bring his own brutal brand of vigilante justice to the streets and wreak vengeance on those who killed his family.
Isn't that crazy though? Like you said in that description that his wife and children were killed in a car bomb, but we found that out like for a half of a second, maybe 2 frames at the end of the movie.
Yeah, was that like really late in the movie?
Or
like,
maybe
it's pretty much starts
into the second act.
Yeah, the movie kind of starts with he's like already been doing this for 5 years, which is I was surprised by that. It's like, oh shit, he's been doing this for a while.
He's a straight up serial killer.
Yeah, over 100 bodies.
Certified serial killer off top.
Yeah, well, he was like on a 5. Well, how many years was it? Like 5-year streak that he was just catching bodies.
Yeah, I think it was 5 years. They said
5 years.
Straight 5 years.
Crazy.
This motherfucker did a bid of bodying niggas.
Word, and then he's in his little steward sauna, just butt ass meditating. So that was so unnecessary. We did not need that. We did not need to see Frank Castle ass nude.
Yeah, it's like, why you ass naked for no reason?
There was a lot of things that was completely unnecessary in this movie, but that was probably the most unnecessary of them all. Because it literally came out of nowhere.
Yeah, like
the camera's just zooming in on his ass crack.
It's like, wait a minute, come on, man. Can we get up a little higher?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
They didn't even do us like that in the Terminator.
Vic, do you remember how you felt the first time you saw this movie? Like, what your reaction was the first time you saw?
Yeah, absolutely. I was a young kid, so I was, into comics, and just to see, you don't get those YouTube trailers and like kind of advanced notifications about movies coming out like you did back then. When it came out, it just came out. Especially like it was like really like a DVD. I don't think it was in theaters. You had to get it on tape.
Yeah, it didn't come out in theaters.
Yeah, and actually you had to get it on VHS first because DVDs were just really coming around at that time. So, either you went to the bootleg spot downtown to get it, or your friend had access to it from a comic book, uncle they might have had. And when I watched it, I said, this ain't the Punisher. But I think it's the Punisher. But I want it to be the Punisher. So it is the Punisher. But and then to see Dolph Lundgren play the role, it's like kind of like it fit the bill. I was like, all right, we got an action hero who looks serious. He has the physique and the seriousness of a strong character. So I'm glad they chose him. And he still had that density about him, like the Russian, like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you now. So I was amused by that. And around that time I had also seen Showdown in Little Tokyo with him and Brandon Lee. It wasn't too far, apart, those movies. So I was definitely into the Dolph Lundgren movies, and I was impressed. I watched it a lot of times on tape.
Okay,
it's dope.
Yeah, I remember watching it as a kid, and I think I only saw it really the one time. It must have been like sometime in the mid-90s. Like I somehow our best friend Adam ended up with the DVD, and we watched it at his house. I believe that's the first time I saw it, and I mean, I thought it was just like fine. Like I remember just being really disappointed by it because it didn't really feel comic booky, like like the Nick Fury movie with
I know David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff, yeah. It was like around that era where we were just getting movies that were just like too not feeling comfortable enough to dip their toes into the bad nerdiness in the comic book.
They was really bad.
Standard action film template.
Yeah, exactly. And I just kind of fell into that boat for me. So it was very forgettable for me when I watched it. What about you?
First time I watched the movie, it was on what was it? It was before Thomas Jane movie came out, right? Like it was
yeah.
It must have been probably the same time you saw it, but it was that channel 68. What was it called before UPN?
Oh yeah. I can't remember. Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. We had a channel 68 in Birmingham, Alabama. And that shit came on one day, and I was like, I saw, oh, the Punisher. Right. I ain't never seen them. They got a movie. My mom was like, yeah. Yeah, they got a movie. I don't think you're gonna like it. And I was like, whatever. What does she know? She don't know about no damn comic books. Man, I didn't really like it. I was like, where the fuck is the Punisher? The whole time. I'm like, but what is the Punisher? Where the fuck is the Punisher? And then it's TV. It's being replayed on TV, so they not showing damn near anything in the movie. They cutting that bitch up. They chopped it up like world premiere had a fucking beat. Just chopped this shit up. Like they chopped that bitch up. So so I didn't really like it too much when I saw it for the first time. And then I saw it again. Yeah, exactly. Especially on TV. And then I saw somebody had a DVD or something. I saw it years and years later. And it just blew my mind. No Punisher symbol anywhere. Just kind of, how do I know this is the Punisher? Kind of like Vic said, like, is this the Punisher? How do I know this is the Punisher?
Yeah, no skull.
I wanted to be the Punisher, but no skull, no Punisher. But so yeah,
apparently that was a director's decision too, to not include the skull on the chest.
Fucking directors.
I don't understand why, and I think he wanted to go a different direction from the aesthetic of the comic book, which at the time he was still in like the onesie with the skull on his chest. So I don't think he was like, a t-shirt and a trench coat with like a bulletproof vest, and
but he still had
the skull on it.
So I don't think he combat armor belt and shit like Rambo. He was like Rambo with some clothes on.
Yeah,
the biker pants, the leather joints.
Yeah.
I think the director just could have been a little bit more creative. Like he could have included the skull without having Dolph Lundgren.
That's such a trademark that you gotta have that. That would have changed the whole perception, like how you would have looked at him.
Yeah. Imagine if I had a fucking skull t-shirt on right now, like a big ass Punisher shirt on right now. It would look fucking dope. Yeah. And I ain't got and that we ain't even making no movie. You know what I'm saying? Just having it on there is dope as hell anyway. Like, so if I seen it and they said, man, we got to do something more modern, and I'll be like, but man, I gotta figure out how to get that skull in there though.
Absolutely. Right. Actually, somebody did the Lord's work and made a little fan edit with the skull on Dolph Lundgren.
The Lord's work.
It's been a long night,
that makes them look 1,000 times better.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
It really does.
It's like it's a simple decision.
I did take a few notes about this movie because I just had to highlight some.
Oh yeah, get your shit off.
Oh yeah. So the funny part was, he ran up to a van and caught up to it.
Yeah, so hold on. So okay, that's a perfect place to start. That's a perfect place to start. Because
he chased that shit down.
This movie is nothing but hilarity. I mean, all through it, you see I have more questions than I have answers at the end of this movie. And I don't know if that's supposed to happen in a movie. I think it's not a mystery, it's an action movie, so I don't know if that was supposed to happen. So he chases a van and catches that
and the engine was roaring too, like
he's driving as fast as he could. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like he's basically invincible in this movie. Like there's so many examples where he's just like
he gets stabbed,
no problems. He did get stabbed at some point by like because there were the ninjas with the sword feet.
Yeah, he got pretty hurt up around that part of the movie, when he went to rescue those kids, and then with the ninjas. Yeah, that I kind of enjoyed, like when he fought those samurai, and he got pretty lumped up.
Yeah, where it was all red and it was in the katanas and shit, like using the katanas and shit. Yeah.
That was a rad scene. Like honestly, I wasn't really even mad at like most of the action scenes in this movie, especially just like from this era, just like your basic action movie.
Well, yeah, let me start with action movie tropes since we're doing that, and then I'm gotta give Vic to give order this list of these questions.
Yeah. See what
automatically set it off with that first one. Like, what y'all think about 90s action movie trope? The music. How'd y'all feel about the music in this one right here? I'll let Vic.
Opening theme has been stuck in my head my entire life.
Oh, really?
Dun, 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 dun. That shit has never left my brain. So when I heard it again, now it's like a re-loop, like a confirmation that you're stuck with this shit for the rest of your life.
Exactly. It's never going anywhere. Yeah. I thought it was pretty decent. Like it was like, all right, I'm in a real movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't remember it from when I was a kid, but I was watching it again today. Like all the music throughout, I was like, this is pretty dope. And there's like one that happened like I think before a chase scene, and like the music was just like kicking. I was like, God damn! All right. Yeah, man. It was I was with it. Like I'm actually really was impressed by the music.
Somebody knew what they were doing on that department. That's for sure.
They was hitting the motherfucker. What's that? That Moog. Somebody was over there hitting it.
Somebody was twisting some knobs.
Twisting knobs over there, man. That was actually. I liked it. I'm trying to figure out which trope I want to go into first, but I'm gonna just let Vic get this next question, this next note off that he had.
So I forgot about this one. The news crew run into the gunshots.
Dude,
usually you're running away from when you hear a gunshot. The news crew's like, oh shit, we gotta get this.
And I think the dudes actually said that shit too. Like, did you get that? Are you getting this?
Yeah, he kept saying
ran into the danger. Fearless as hell.
Oh my god!
I wish we had that clip right now.
And the news actually there are a weird element of this movie too, because there's like 6 different times where they're asking the cops about the Punisher. It's like, how many times we gotta see the news people ask about the Punisher? Like they did it after like the first 6, 7 scenes. Up
broad daylight. Yeah, I'm here. I'm not dead. I've been killing everybody. I gotta catch my cab now.
It's definitely
and nobody cares.
And if I'm the police, I'm like, bitch, where you? Why don't I ask you where the Punisher is? You saw him last. You saw him just, and you let him go. Now how is it on me now? You know?
Yeah.
And what city were we supposed to be in this show?
Yeah, that's a good question.
They did film it in Australia, but I don't know where like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it was some very bad police.
I guess it was like Detroit or New York or something like that.
Yeah, it was missing like like any sort of. It's funny. I just watched the Batman again for like the 100th time. Love that movie, and it's so cool. Like how the Gotham just feels like another character.
Oh,
and in this movie, it doesn't really feel like there's any identity to the city that he's in.
Oh, there's one identity to me, but it's mostly about the people, and they're just real racist and homophobic.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Another 90s trope, action movie trope. Dude, well, I guess this is the 80s, but 80s, 90s action movie trope. This motherfucking the henchmen.
Yeah.
The henchmen in this are the super duper action movie trope. Like, and it's also the reason people to this day think New Yorkers are assholes. This is the one reason is because of henchmen. I want to make sure I continue to call them henchmen like these guys. The dude at the very beginning, he's like, hey, I can't get this thing to fucking work. He's like, give it to me. Like, and it's like the dude was like being vulnerable with him.
Yeah.
I can't get this shit to fucking work. And he's like, oh, let me get it. And he's like, beep. See, it was so fucking hard. He just fucking shit all on this dude, man. This dude's whole life you saw it sink out of him. He's like, hey, fuck you. He's like, no, fuck you. He pulled out the gun. Fuck you.
Yes, like, so bad, so quick. So you ready to kill somebody over this?
Death.
I love how they wrote that into the script. Like, all right, fuck you, can't get this shit to work.
Yeah.
All right, give it to me.
It's like, oh, that's beautiful.
Like, what you be thinking when you write shit into the movie like that? That's great.
That would be the episode of Righteous Gemstones where Uncle Baby Billy is writing Tinges. And he changes the name and he said, yes, this is it. Like, this is genius right here. That's exactly what this dude was thinking. He was like, yes, fuck you. And then the other guy, he answers the fucking walkie-talkie. Eh? Yeah. And he's like, hey, you see it? Yeah. Did the yay.
So stereotypical.
Oh yeah. So very racist. But then the dude also says the French maggots. I ain't gonna say
yeah.
because I don't want YouTube to mess us up here. He was like, these French maggots. I was like, holy shit.
I was expecting somebody to turn to him and be like, Tony, are you okay? You been really
I forgot. He
really
was like,
today.
Tony, are you okay? Is your wife?
You almost shot Stevie just a second ago.
I hadn't heard back from my wife in a while.
Yeah, that's hilarious because back and then, like a lot of stuff that you just can't say now. You were able to enjoy in the movie.
I said it earlier. I just don't want to get it. Look, it's just fucking hilarious what he said, the way he said it, how fucking terrible it was. I said it earlier when we was talking about it because I was like, yo, that shit is crazy. How is he just because it didn't make any sense. For me, it was just like, because we don't know that they're French really. We heard one guy speak that he was French.
Right, yeah.
He got killed on the boat trying to deliver the drugs or whatever it was. And we don't even know what they was delivering in.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be big old shipment. I think that mob dude, from the what's the name of that crime family?
Oh yeah.
I got it written down actually. The Franco crime family, right?
Franco crime family.
Yeah, so that dude, the last of the last, I guess. He had a deal with everybody involved, all of the other crime families or street cats, and they were all supposed to be in on it. So that, and then I guess the plan was to let Punisher wipe them out, so that they could off the Punisher, and then everything's left for them.
Right.
Something like that. And they had to deal with the Yakuza. I think that was their plug over there.
Yeah, the Yakuza came up and just started murking. They came over and murked the Frenchies.
Yeah.
The French maggots.
Yeah, what did you guys think of the story? Because the story was.
Do you think Muggle is a N-word?
Muggle?
Like Muggle, white.
Yeah.
The N-word has 2 G's. The F word has 2 G's. You think Muggle is a like just saying nigga for sure?
Most definitely. I mean, I don't think that they say it with that kind of.
Yeah, because when you see it and you read it and you hear it on the TV show, on the movie, you hear them say Muggle, and I'd be like, ooh, that's. So if you think about it when you hear it. Yeah, when you think about it, when you hear it like that, now it's like,
Yeah.
A person who is not conversant with a particular activity or skill.
That sounds. And they make it just seem like, it's just not magic people. But now you're telling me Muggle is like a more overall role. Like, Muggles. If anything with 2 G's is nigga. That's what we're going to go ahead and
say. But you mentioned we talked about the story a little bit. What did you guys think of the story with like Punisher interacting with the mob and everything? Because we mentioned like while we were watching it, Vic, I don't know if you feel the same way. It kind of doesn't feel like Frank is even the main character of the movie. Like he seems sort of like a peripheral character that's like sort of interjects on this mob story. Yeah, what did you think?
Right. Yeah, you got a great point. A lot of it was really revolved around the mob. Like if it is a mob movie to be, now that you think about it, he didn't show up as much as you would expect for someone to be the movie about. It seemed like the Franco crime family was the focal point of it. Mostly, even Shorty, that brave ass boy that wasn't afraid of nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was getting his ass whipped.
Well, he was like, I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing.
He was like baby Bruce Willis. He was getting his ass whipped, but he out here.
Yeah, he was so with the shits though.
Yeah.
It was that first time where that guy pushed him and he like fell over this chair and like his head ran into the wall. I was like, God damn.
Pushed him. He threw him into the chair. And it looked like the little boy was like not like in real life. The little boy was just not ready for that. He was just like, "Hold on, you hit me with some grown strength that I wasn't prepared for. We didn't rehearse
They had
this."
to give him an ice pack and a cookie and just say, "Cut."
Yeah, he was sitting over there watching all kinds of movies and eating candies and cookies, chilling while the other kids were still working.
Right. He took some pretty rough hits throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
was he famous?
Saved Frank's life. Yeah, he did.
Did he? I mean, can we say that he saved his life? Yeah, I'm gonna say he saved Frank's life.
Yeah,
but he almost took Frank's life as well. So I don't know if we. It's kind of a wash. He was a badass little motherfucker. He was about to blow. He was about to attempt to blow the Punisher's brains out, which is pretty crazy. So
yeah, he was a raw little kid. He was about to.
He might get my MVP.
And such a weird reaction from Dolph too. He's like, "Just go ahead and do it, kid."
Yeah,
it's like maybe this will make you a better person. It's like, what the fuck? That's not how morality works.
It's gonna make you a better person. Maybe you'll be a better person than your father if you go ahead and get it out of the way right now.
If you kill your first person,
Dolph Lundgren would be looking drunk too. He was like,
"No, dog, dead ass." I said it the whole fucking movie. I said, "Dolph is drunk. This nigga is drunk, dog." Like he just was like. They said that he intentionally sleep deprived himself so that he could prepare for this role. But I was like, yo, there's one scene where he goes to put the flap jacket over dude's neck, and he like went kind of falling to the side. I was like, that nigga drunk, man. Look, y'all can't tell me this nigga's not drunk, man. Sometimes he looks like he's into the role, and they go back to him in that same scene, and he'll just be like,
word.
Like he's falling asleep,
like I got
mumbling and shit.
Yeah, Dolph, not the best actor.
And is that a beard or is that a drawn? That's drawn on, right?
That was drawn.
Yeah, you cannot convince me that Dolph Lundgren could.
There was no hair; it was just straight gray skin. I said, "Okay, I dig it." They couldn't wait for his face to grow some shit. I guess. I think also because it probably grows out blonde, but they still could have used some Just for Men right over it, and pull that off. It's Hollywood, but
I think maybe what if he's? Well, in my mind, he showed up on set with that. In my mind, he showed up on set with that, and that's just how they had to go with it after that.
Yeah,
they was just he
was drunk filming that movie.
Throwing it back.
So I'm going in here. It's going to change. This movie's going to change my.
This was like pretty early in Dolph Lundgren's career. This was like right after Rocky and 2 years after He-Man. Yeah, Masters of the Universe. So, and I think that his English wasn't perfect back then. So I think that also has to do with his delivery with a lot.
I'm not giving you that because his English was fine in He-Man.
Well, I mean, it also wasn't great in He-Man.
His English was just fine in He-Man. That was not the problem. The problem was drunk. The problem was alcohol, man. The problem was whiskey, whatever Swedes drink.
You're gonna die.
Whatever Swedes drink.
Yeah. You're gonna die. And then
he probably threw the script. He didn't need that shit. They probably had a whole script for the whole movie for him, and he just ripped that shit up and said what he wanted to say. Played it on the fly.
I bet you're gonna play a quick clip of Dolph doing his best in this movie.
What happened to your family wasn't supposed to. If I could undo it, I would, but I can't. I swear this on the life of my son, Thomas Anthony. A life for a life.
Okay. When this is over, you're dead.
Yeah.
Dog. What the fuck are you trying to do to me right now? You have me dying laughing, man. God damn it.
Like, cut. That was great. Let's keep it.
I'm pretty sure all of his dialogue was ADR, right? Like that was not.
Yeah, I think that's the longest line he had in the whole movie.
Your dad.
One of my
That shit was wild when he got tortured though.
Your dad. But one of my favorite lines is, "Turn off the lights when you're done." Like when he's in there with the homeless dude underneath the sewer. For some reason, the sewer's got lights all through them. He's like,
those are some nice sewers. Shit, that's
those are some amazing sewers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Australia.
Light down there.
Yeah, shout out to Australia. Australia got big ass superhero sewers,
right? Just like awesome sewer layer.
I think my favorite line was definitely when they're checking, like when they're all checking on their radios and shit, like how's it going over there? How about you? The dude was like, I wrote that shit down too. He said, "It's dead here," and then just get shot.
Yes, that's fucking amazing. That was one of the most amazing.
That was great. It's dead here.
You're dead. Immediately get shot. I was like, somebody was 84. Somebody definitely was sitting in the motherfucking theater going, "Yeah!" He did that. They was like, "Yeah!"
I was there like that today on my couch. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was in for it, man.
The wild shit is there was crazy dudes shooting at him, man. He was not getting hit like that. Like there was some bad shots.
Terrible, actually.
A whole room of dudes.
And they didn't even bother to make it look like bullets were flying around him. It was just like they didn't hit nothing.
Yeah, he just
nothing getting hit around him.
Yeah, he didn't cartwheel out the way or nothing. He just stood there.
He said, "I wish this motherfucker would shoot me."
I do want to play this clip where he's just shooting at a casino just for an ungodly amount of time.
Like, we counted for way 2 minutes.
Take that message to your people.
Tearing shit up.
This nigga gun got to take a breath.
Right? Oh my god!
Fucking up he didn't want to miss not one not one slot machine.
Right? Let me tell y'all something, man. That goes on for a whole nother solid 38 seconds. Like,
oh gosh!
In movie time, that's like 3-4 hours. Hey, can you imagine what Siskel and Ebert felt about this motherfucking movie? Lord have mercy.
Oh my gosh. Well, the reception wasn't great. Rotten Tomatoes, the score is sorry, I just had it pulled up. Hold up.
I got another question after this.
Sorry. 25% critic score and 33% audience score. So not great.
Not that, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, usually I say, "Is that bad?" And you say, "Is that it's not good?"
Right.
And I just not even gonna bother with that this time. What do y'all think this movie could have been called other than The Punisher? Because like looking at that scene and looking at all these other scenes and all these little action movie tropes.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think could have been the name of this movie? Not The Punisher, and we probably get a better reception of this movie. What do you think, Alex? I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, you could call it something pretty generic like Vengeance or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking that shit in my head.
Vengeance
was up there.
Yeah, just something that just generically plays to the theme of, oh yeah, he's just trying to avenge his dead family.
Crime family killer.
Oh, I actually like that. Crime family killer.
Crime
family killer. Ooh. This Friday.
Yeah, that's we could just call it. I'm gonna call it The Castle.
Castle.
We're not gonna. It's not.
Yeah, without the Punisher logo, he's Castle.
He's just Castle.
There you
he's
go.
Just Castle. and it's not related to Marvel in any way, shape, or form. It's just Castle. It's just
how about the bus scene that they shot the shit out of and nobody got hit?
All right.
They were shooting directly at the fucking front window.
Hey, they shot the fucking right, like he's in the left windshield. They shot the right windshield window up so much that bitch fell out, and then there was just his window there, and no bullets was in that shit.
Right.
And I'm like, ain't they gonna kill all them little kids?
Right. He must have had like a Wanda spell guarding him or something.
Yeah, he's a muggle.
I love
he's a muggle.
He got that domino luck factor.
He's actually he must be related to a muggle because he's half human. That's right. He's a hobbit. What's his name? Potter. He's a Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Dolph Potter.
That chick though was badass. Lady Tanaka, I think her name is.
She was cool.
Lady Tanaka.
And I was like actually kind of surprised that the movie wasn't more racist in that sense, because like it seems like the Yakuza were even like revered, like they were like showed them in like a lot of respect. Like a lot of the shots, they weren't doing anything that you might expect from a 1980s movie where they have a lot of Asian people. It was like, there's nothing really cringy about that.
Except for those French maggots.
The guys in the city, those guys are still racist, homophobic in one sentence.
They say, look, we'll take some trade-offs. We'll have some authentic Asians in this, as long as we get some maggots.
It was pretty diverse, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really diverse cast. And we had the like we said, there's no way that you could consider Dolph as the main character of this movie. Not consistently. It's like Louis Gossett Jr. he's the main character at the beginning. Then the crime boss is like who is the second act? I guess in the second act it changes over.
It does become more Frank's story, because he starts to actually like reveal himself, and he starts to get into like a little bit of peril. But then it kind of shifts. Like the movie wants us to pay more attention to what's his name? The mob boss?
Yeah, Franco.
Gianni Franco.
Gianni Franco, yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of a weird balance with that. Like where the movie didn't really know whose focus you wanted.
So you had equality and sexuality. They had Lady Tanaka. They had the female cop that was kind of partnered up with Louis Gossett Jr. And then they had the white girl that was like the adopted daughter of Lady Tanaka that was nice with her shit.
Yep.
Yeah, she got her neck broke.
She had some cool big tetas. She had large tetas. I remember I was watching.
Feminist activists nowadays would not permit that scene to ever happen.
No. When she popped up and she said tetas, I was like, whoa.
But I'm glad that they brought that included that, because that feels like something that Frank actually would do. He would just like, he's like, hey, if you're trying to kill me, I don't care if you're a woman, I'm gonna break your fucking neck.
Exactly.
He looked like
these hands are bisexual.
He just dropped that bitch too. Like,
it's like
it looked uncomfortable. Like I was like, damn, I hope she's like a real stunt lady, because he just dropped that bitch on her neck like it was WWF.
Speaking of what were you gonna say?
I was saying no. When he caught her though, that was just great.
Yeah, well, I want to ask y'all from this movie, who is your MVP of this movie?
See, you know what? Vic, do you want to go first? I'm thinking about mine.
No, I'm gonna wait till you go first.
Okay,
I gotta think about it too.
I've been going back and forth on this, and this I might be tipping my hand a little bit, but I think Dolph is my MVP. Is because his performance is so insanely bad and weird. Like, I don't know what decisions he's making, but he makes me laugh the entire movie. Like I had a fucking blast watching this movie
Absolutely.
today.
Absolutely.
I was like, yes, say some
I
more
totally
shit.
agree.
So he was definitely my MVP. Like Louis Gossett Jr. was like a close second because he's also just like wild.
That
and
fight
he
they got
carries
into
the movie a lot.
They fight and they wrestled. That's how I know Laundrum didn't give a fuck about what was going on in this movie. That nigga was dead ass drunk.
Hey, word, I really do believe he was drunk.
Just getting
I'm really starting to like come to that.
Yeah. But my
It
MVP
was like
is
slamming
gonna
the
be
show.
the fucking homeless dude. The rhyming homeless dude.
Yeah.
We don't know why this nigga rhyme all the time. Like,
Yeah, that was a weird weird character choice.
he bumped that. So to create some kind of conflict, he bumps the detonator for the bombs in the elevator.
Yeah.
He just wow, he did like that to it. I was like, God damn, they couldn't figure out a way how to like accidentally have the nigga bump it.
Yeah, like that was
They
so...
just made him, they just showed a clip of somebody going boop. I was like, okay. But yeah,
we forgot about his man's he might be he ain't gonna get the MVP, but his drunk informant, he had the little remote control.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's him. Oh yeah. He sure was rhyming. Yeah, you're right.
That
rhyming all the
dude
time.
was rhyming all the time. I didn't catch it till like Act 2. I was like, is this motherfucker? Why is he rhyming?
Yeah, I was like, has he been doing that the whole time?
he must have. I actually, god damn, put it in the comments. Was he doing it the whole time? If he wasn't doing it the whole time, I hope he wasn't doing it the whole time.
Yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow because I'm
going
going to watch it again immediately.
I can actually go for that again. I damn sure could. Just watch it. And after this show, like just thinking about everything we talked about and watch it off of that.
Yeah.
Like off of all the shit we talked about. I was
yeah. Oh man, there's so many more things to keep.
And it's crazy because like Dolph Lundgren speaks 5 languages. He's a physicist. He teaches physics.
Like, yeah, he's like a certified genius.
Smart. So when you see him in a row drunk through a whole film with like 5 lines, it's like this man studied physics for real.
He's like, look, those were my young years. So I was still in school back then.
Wasn't there a scene where one dude just got shot up? He was like, hey man, I got the pizza.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he just like punches the guy.
Yeah, then Lou takes his pizza. He takes the slice of his pizza.
That almost gave the MVP for me. Like just seeing that. I was like,
That's
okay,
hilarious.
Pizza punch.
The pizza.
I think people was like doing some dark humor when they wrote some of this shit in.
Yeah, some of us like this is too funny.
Did you have an MVP that you wanted to go with, or were you gonna go with the homeless dude?
I think I'm gonna go with that little boy, the Franco kid.
Yeah.
He was really on one in that movie.
Anthony Franco,
yeah, baby Franco.
Do we have any clips that we haven't used yet?
No, I thought that I had a clip of him, but I can just add that in later.
Or any clips. I've just used any clip that we've used.
Okay. When this is over, you're dead.
Did y'all notice something about his face?
Well, how his lips didn't match up with his
No, what happened?
His beard was missing.
Oh, was it missing?
His 5 o'clock was missing. Yeah, it's on one side only.
It's smooth as hell.
It's barely on one side. That shit sweated out. It must have been
That's what
hot in that
happened
room.
too. The makeup people was like, man, fuck this. We ain't putting that back on again. He keeps sweating all that alcohol.
Motherfucker smells just like gin when you get over there. I'm telling you, I'm not going back over there.
Imagine a sequel.
Oh man, this is
I do admire that mirrored room. That was pretty cool.
Oh, the mirrored room?
Yeah. That was kind of like I think that was in the beginning.
Okay. Damn, I don't know why I can't remember that.
It was kind of like a spin-off of The Last Dragon. I mean, Enter the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
The mirrored room.
Yeah. Like I actually really enjoyed a lot of the action sequences in the movie, and Yeah, even like that one where everything was like flashing red.
Your man was a beast with that knife, with the knife throwing.
Oh,
Yeah.
facts. Even in his boot.
Wop, 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 wop. He threw that bitch at that. He threw that knife at that bitch at the end.
Yeah, he
Just
wasn't missing nobody. He did not miss anybody for real. And then he left them shit there.
He was Steve Nash with the goddamn knives.
He stayed on brand too. Like, everybody would just find his knife, like the police later, with his little skull on it, and like he's just sitting in the sewer making skulls on the back of knives. Marketing.
Dead ass.
You guys are so right. He never missed like every night he threw.
Oh man, yeah, he hit dead ass, and like he threw it at a bunch of kids with a bunch of kids right around there. He just threw. He said, "No, I ain't worried about it." What? Fuck this nigga's whole shit up.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
but yeah, this
like you guys mentioned hands. Yeah, I would say though, a lot of people are not even aware of this movie still to this day.
Yeah, like you guys mentioned, it didn't get a theatrical release in the United States, Sweden, or South Africa. Unfortunately, it was originally slated for U.S. Release in August of 1989, and trailers were created by New World, but it premiered in Germany and France in October '89 instead. Didn't come out.
Right.
A film that never received a wide theatrical release in the United States due to New World's financial difficulties and its new owners not having an interest in theatrical distribution.
Fuck New World 313.
Yeah, it wasn't until like 1991.
Yeah, you don't want a movie to do well if you don't put it out in the movie. If you don't put it out in movie theaters in 1980s.
Yeah,
like you just didn't want the movie to do well. Period.
Yeah, I think that this movie would have done probably pretty fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you guys have any final thoughts on this? Should we save the vote for after we talk about 2004? Yeah. You guys have any final thoughts on this one before we move on to the next movie?
I think I need it on DVD, so I could just have it on stash. If we ever have a power grid outage, I could get the solar generator and just watch that shit.
Absolutely, gotta have this one in your collection somewhere.
Yeah,
I think you gotta steal it right now if you want to find it. You gotta like watch it on YouTube or something.
Yeah, I mean, dope. The 1989 action figure, that would be pretty dope.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome. But put the skull on it.
Yeah, I might need to do that.
But let's move.
Just take a He-Man doll, and then you're good.
Swap.
Yeah, just a He-Man doll. Exactly.
It's like we did with the G.I. Joes back in the day. Take the screw off the back, swap the arms and legs up.
Right.
Yep, there you go.
Man, I did that a couple times. I had like a little Robin / Dick Grayson toy that his head kept popping off. It's like, well, you're gonna be somebody else for a while. I'm just gonna glue somebody else.
Dr. Frankenstein, that shit.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Super glue changed everything. But let's move on to our next movie, The Punisher 2004, starring Thomas Jane and John Travolta, Rebecca Romaine, and Kevin Nash as the Russian. This was based off of the comic book series of the same name and follows FBI agent Frank Castle as he transforms into the vengeful Punisher after criminals murder his entire family, including but not limited to his wife and son.
But not limited to.
This one is the premise is a little different from the comics and different from like the 89 movie. Vic, do you remember how you felt the first time you saw this movie?
Yeah, the first time I seen the movie, I wasn't pleased at all. But I was one of those comic fans where we kept comparing the movies to the comic book, and if it didn't correlate, you'd be instantly disappointed, like Ready C does. Ready C be ready to bomb the hell out of a movie if it goes off course from the comic book, and I get it. I was only able to enjoy movies more after I just stopped putting the connection together to the book. And then I was able to like get more out of a movie versus trying to compare it to the book I read. So yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like his face. I felt like he looked like that pedo from Seventh Heaven.
Oh, jeez, yeah, I know.
He had his head is big. He doesn't have Frank Castle haircut. It was just weird to me. He looked more sad than angry. But the second time watching, I enjoyed it a lot more.
Okay. Well, what about you, Bill? How did you feel?
First time I saw it, I thought to myself, well, that wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, but I ain't mad. It seemed more funny than action movie until like the end. The beginning and the end is it's hype, but it's this weird second act of Monster of the Week type situation.
Yeah.
But I remember coming out of it like, that was cool, but this is off the heels of Blade.
Yeah.
Right? Like, right. I need shit. What you talking about? We're going to come back down to Earth off of Spider-Man type joint. I need you to be landing the plane with this joint with, because it's got to be up here with the same level of Blade. And it wasn't. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it started mediocrity with Marvel movies. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm starting controversial. I'm saying controversial things. So people will comment.
No, I felt very similarly to, like, I remember when it first came out that I was disappointed by it, but also because I think I was just so starved for comic book movies that I kind of gave it a pass on a lot of different things, and I ended up rewatching it a lot. I think we did have the DVD for this, and so did a lot of people. Like the film released on DVD on September 7th, 2004, and sold nearly 1.8 million copies in its first 5 days. So like that's like people really wanted to watch this again and again after it came out, even though it had a pretty terrible critics rating. It has a 29% critics rating on Rotten Tomatoes with a 63% audience score. So like, still, people still don't think it's a good
movie. People don't, and critics don't. And I wonder what Thomas Jane thinks about this movie.
Yeah, I bet you there's a clip somewhere with him talking about what he thought about it.
Oh yeah, he actually apparently when the movie was like first getting started, he was a big fan of the script and like the way that they were gonna go, but like there's apparently even like this whole scene where he was gonna be in Kuwait, and that's like how you get like sort of his backstory as a military man. But like the studio that was running the movie, they ended up getting sold to another company, and then like in the middle of pre-production, and then they cut the budget by from I think it was 84 million at first, and they cut it down to like 53. So it was just they had to do a lot with a little, and due to John Travolta's demands, they filmed it in Florida.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
He must have had one of his lady boys up down there.
Right.
He's like, I'm not leaving Florida. He's like, really? Come on, man.
Look.
Yeah, that was weird. Tampa.
Yeah, look, it's not a very.
He has some side dudes or side chicks down there. That's all. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
he just when Punisher to happen in Florida. That threw me for a loop. And he also has a daughter in the comic books that he had lost along with the son. So they only had a son in this movie. And the other. Okay, I think this, like watching it the second time, I think it was more in the style of the Punisher Max series, like when he wears the trench coat and the t-shirt versus the actual costume or uniform. Right. Punisher Max, he was wearing that long trench with the t-shirt, just like that.
Yeah, and I like the choice of the costume. Like I like the design, especially like at the end when he has the bulletproof vest where it's on. Like I think that's the best like iteration of it all. But
yeah, that was pretty badass.
Yeah, it's a cool aesthetic.
Took 2 shotgun shots to that shit and it still held up.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And like people kept shooting him right in his vest. It's like, shoot him in the head. Like, what are you doing? You
Right, no arm shot. They always go for the chest when someone has a vest. Nothing else gets hit.
It's ridiculous. It even happened in the Dolph movie.
Yeah. But nobody he wasn't catching nothing. It's like, I don't need a bulletproof.
No, he shot dude in the chest.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he shot I keep wanting to call him Falcone. Franco. He shot
that's because it's a terrible Italian gangster name for a movie, Franco.
Yeah. And he was like vaguely Eastern European.
Was it Franco? Or was it even Franco?
Yeah,
right.
Franco. Yeah, but he had a weird accent.
But yeah, he had he's the dude from damn, I forgot.
The Fugitive.
He's from The Fugitive. Terrible accent.
Yeah,
I don't know what he be doing. He was on some weird shit too. He was rubbing on the keys when they was in the.
That's right.
They was in the elevator together. He's sitting there rubbing on the keys. I said, "What the fuck is that?"
Flamboyant.
I was like, "Why are you doing that?"
Oh no, dog. We gotta calm that shit down.
Frankie, baby. Frankie, baby. I need you to do something for me, Frankie.
Why do you do it? Why do you kill so many people? Why do you do it?
Why do you kill?
And when he told him, he just his expression was just.
Oh my god!
He was wet. He was moist.
He was moist. He was like,
yes,
he must have been Dolphin's homie. That's how he got on this movie.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're friends. But yeah, in this one, the Punisher is a little bit different than Dolph's take. Here's a little clip of just like his, I guess, origin moment.
See, automatically right there, step up from the first one, right? Because for a lot of people, because boom, I get to see the Punisher skull. We see it, even though they kind of like they forced that shit in, like they pounded that in, like pounding sand in a flea's ass because it was forced. But we get there. However, we needed to get there, we got there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. It is really heavy-handed, and I think that's the challenge when trying to do a comic book accurate look, is like trying to justify why they would do it. But like that's one of the things that's more frustrating about the '89 movie is because that movie is already fucking nuts. You just telling me that putting a skull on a dude's chest is gonna make it like too goofy or whatever. Like movie is
but that motherfucker fought for that 2-minute casino gun shot. No, he fought for that.
Like, I need it to be 2 minutes.
No, you really needed to be 2 minutes. Yes, I need it to be.
It has to be.
Don't stop. Don't quit fucking calling me. Asking me that.
There was this point in the movie. Remember when the family was getting all shot up?
Yeah,
in the beginning. So, you know how sometimes they make mistakes in movies and forget small details. And one dude got shot up that tried to go for the bike. He started running to get on the bike. Yeah. One that Frank Castle ended up getting on, try to save his wife. So on that bike, he got shot up and left on the ground right next to the bike. But I noticed when Frank Castle went for the bike, there was nobody there. Like, who the hell got him up and dragged him out the
way? Yeah, that's a good point.
Who was that, nephew, cousins? They didn't give a shit about the extended family members.
None. Boy, they was tearing their ass up. We can't show y'all none of that because YouTube is not fixing to have that, but they was lighting that whole family up. Now, automatically, we up there as far as stakes in this movie. They didn't just murk this nigga whole family. One nigga died. John Travolta's son died, who doesn't even seem like he was that smart.
Right. Yeah, he seemed like he was kind of a dum-dum. I think I had the clip of that.
You killed my son.
You don't know nothing, Jon Snow.
Damn, I thought I had it. Anyway,
I like when you
yeah.
say I kill your other son.
Yeah,
They're both dead, something like that.
that was fucked up. And do you guys have like a MVP of the movie? Like, do you know who your favorite favorite actor is?
Yeah, the dude with the piercings on his lip.
Yeah, Ben Foster,
Ben
man, yeah, he's really
Foster.
good.
Ben motherfucking Foster.
As what was his name? Dave. Spacker Dave. Spacker?
Yeah.
We got two X-Men characters, X-Men actors in this Marvel movie, which was kind of crazy to me. Rebecca Romijn and we got Ben Foster.
Yeah. Yeah, two X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild.
So I wanted to go with one of them, but I'm gonna go. I could go with Rebecca Romijn. Man, her character was so terrible. Like that was not a good. Like there was like no reason for her to have been there.
No,
like literally they could have not had her character in it. The other two dudes, they could have had them in there maybe, but just not her. And that whole thing still happens. It's so weird. But I'm gonna have to go with my MVP as the guitar assassin.
Oh, you know what? You're right. That's the MVP.
Assassin.
That's the MVP. He was badass.
He was badass. I was like, hold up.
Yeah,
this dude came in and changed the whole dynamic. Like when it was
I think his name was Harry Heck.
Harry Heck. It's crazy that Frank has a knife that like projectile shoots out a blade. It was like,
word.
I thought that was so crazy. And actually looking back, I feel like that was like a nod to Dolph Lundgren because he was quick to throw a knife at somebody's forehead.
You one dumb son of a bitch to bring a knife to a gunfight. And pow! Caught his shit up, man. But he came in and sang that song.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah, that was crazy. It's like that's a really creepy.
Wrote that song for you.
Wrote that song for you.
I'm gonna sing it at your funeral. God damn, that's some cold-blooded shit.
He made sure he finished his food too. He was like, "I'm shitting on myself, but I ain't gonna let these people see the fear. Sizzling in these grits first."
So I'm not clenching my teeth. I'm just getting this gristle out the back of my mouth.
He was eating like he was confused as hell from that song. Like,
we'll keep eating. But
it's like, did y'all pay him?
Yeah, it was a crazy fight scene or chase scene that happens after that too, where you see he pulls down the little shields over his window, but obviously that obscures his driving, so that he ends up like getting into an accident. Like I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like the montage of him building the car too.
He put a lot of work in that car to get so tore up.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. Like, yo, I thought we was about to have like a Punisher mobile type situation. Right. And then the first time we actually see it getting used, it gets
totaled.
Completely totaled. But
and then he just kind of steals Homeboy's car, which I guess is fine. But I mean, yeah, I was with you.
Which, to be honest with you, I was cool with, because I thought they're gonna be doing another one, right?
Wrong.
It's an interesting thing because his best friend, Mr. Saint's best friend, was gay. He was his most loyal companion, as far as like anyone he could depend on for the organization to propel where it was.
Mm-hmm.
And as he was stabbing him, I figured he could have just stopped the stabbing by saying, "I am strictly Dickly." Oh man, you might have to blurt that out. I totally forgot. But I would think if you're killing me and you got the wrong accusation of me, and I could clearly prove that I'm not sleeping with your wife, like get on your knees and let him know what you're about. I mean, he might be disgusted by you. He might kill you anyway.
I mean, he's on his way to killing you anyway.
But there's a 50-50 chance he might let you walk.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like he could have actually just...
I'm a sex monster, don't kill me.
Yeah. Even if you already know you're dead, it's like, look, motherfucker, I'm gay.
Yeah,
I'm gay, you stupid
Look
motherfucker.
up. What you saying? I heard. I think you said you were gay. Hold up. Don't go.
Okay, you stupid bitch. I fucking told your dumb ass. I don't even like that bitch. God damn it.
yeah. Quentin Glass, played by Will
My
Patton.
name is Quentin Glass.
Played
That
by
was such
Will
a
Patton.
sweet
Like,
setup.
yeah, I thought he was like a really good performer. Like he especially in that scene. Like I think he was really believable. How surprised he was about what was happening. He's like, "Yo, why you're killing me? You realize you're killing me, right? You should stop."
Fucking dying, man. It's like
I usually like to
Matthew
get
Lillard.
stuck, but not like this.
This is the
Oh,
worst thing
man.
could ever happen to me. Yeah, he had his little Matthew Lillard moment, like
Yeah,
Matthew Lillard from Scream
fucking
moment.
dying, man.
Right.
Yeah, and I did really like Will Patton in as that character as Quentin Glass, but I will have to say that my MVP for this movie is the Russian.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was actually Thomas Jane who went through that wall.
Fantastic fighting scene.
It was brutal. I think
That might have been Thomas Jane the whole time.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped.
Whooped.
Jesus.
Left
It
and
was so
right.
funny too. Like the way that it all came together. You see how these resources that Frank has that would probably be perfectly fine against a normal human being.
Right.
But yeah,
Not against the Russian.
not against the Russian.
Played
by Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash, though, being a like pro wrestler, he would have took pretty good care of him. The actual Thomas Jane. So
Yeah,
he
for
probably
sure.
he probably didn't feel a thing, but I mean, damn.
Funny story. Apparently, that's moment where he stabs him in the arm. They accidentally used a real blade, a real knife that was been used for close-ups, so it was not the right knife. He actually legitimately got stabbed as a shoulder, but he just took it, and like that's the one that ended up in the movie. But he was like, "I'm fine." They patched him up. And he bought beers for everybody.
That's wild.
Because he's a motherfucking wrestler, dog. Wrestlers don't give a fuck.
That's
like,
true. They're pretty
kind of shit happens.
Right.
That kind of shit happens too. It's like, well, that wasn't supposed to happen, but we're just gonna use it.
Yeah,
because this is gonna be actually even cooler. Because this is
man,
there's no way we would have did this on purpose.
When he stickballed that grenade, that was the best.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah,
because Thomas Jane was like, "Oh shit, like motherfucker, like I just can't fucking win."
He was a step ahead until he had them boiling noodles on his face.
Yeah.
And then his neck and his neck was facing his ass. And his ass was his elbows was facing his titties and shit. Like shit was looking crazy.
And I really liked at the end how he just like Frank is like they ask him, is like, are you okay, Frank? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. He's not. And then he immediately passes out.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're not okay. You just got your ass beat.
That was hilarious.
I do like how tactical he was, like with the bombs and with the lining, like the way he had all the detonations and that brilliantly set up, for that final mission.
Yeah.
You can
I
tell
feel like that's what was missing from the Dolph Lundgren version is we're not getting that tactical version, that tactical part. This motherfucker coming through bussing, as opposed to this dude coming through with the, as opposed to him coming through with a little tactical action. But then, then he comes out and he has to go boss mode, you know what I'm saying? But like, man, it's the contrast in those two, because I guess you could say the character in the comic book kind of progressed in that way too, where it just got more about technology and like the advancement of weaponry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's definitely a lot more like thoughtful in this movie. And I was actually gonna ask you guys what you thought of the storyline where he is trying to like have this weird Othello-esque bring a wedge in between Saint and his wife and Quentin Glass. Like, were you guys down? Like, was that storyline interesting to you guys, Vic? Did you like it?
I found it very fascinating because not the fact that what he did and why he did, but how he did it. That was the fascinating. It was brilliantly like playing with the parking ticket, the fake fire hydrant, the way he had the phone call set to to that car and then the hotel location. That was some smooth shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of steps to it. Like I find myself like being intrigued by it because it is like a weird fucked up thing for somebody to do, but it felt like a lot for this story. Like
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
I was like, I felt like they made the movie like a little bit longer than it needed to be because like this movie is like I think 2 hours and 28 minutes, where the Dolph Lundgren movie was an hour 29, and I mean obviously, there's a lot less story to be told in that 89 version.
Are you saying?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Is that what you're saying to the storyline? Or
yeah,
could have did without that.
I could have done without it personally.
What would you rather him done? Like just kill everybody?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think that it was like a bad story, but I just felt like it made it. It was a lot for this. Like, I would have been okay with that being like the Punisher 2, or like like the story that happens after he just like getting sort of like straight up.
I liked it because it was his background. Like he set up elaborate drug deals to catch drug dealers and gun dealers, right?
Right.
So that was his background as an FBI agent. So I liked that. That's kind of how they went with it, because it's like, what else is he gonna do? And he's also just one guy, and I don't want the contrast between this one and Dolph again was like, I can't get shot by nobody.
Yeah,
like Dolph can't get shot by nobody, but Thomas Jane can. I mean, he got shot in the chest. Now, clearly, he can't die. Though.
Oh yeah, that about that. I don't see too many survival rates. I mean, it is possible, but how often is it? You already got shot twice, and your third one's dead in the chest. You fall in the water.
Yeah,
you didn't swim, and then dude came out of nowhere. What's his name? Candelaria.
Oh yeah.
I come to help you.
Well, that's what I was about to say. You ain't got. See, the reason there aren't more successful survival rates from being shot in the chest is because they don't have a Haitian/Jamaican that run up and fucking come and pick their ass up. See, everybody need to have one of these niggas in the hospital and just off somewhere in the cut. So he just come in and just get you good. He's Mr.
You'll be all right.
You'll be all right, Mr. Castle.
Yeah, you didn't have a magic
voodoo and get you up and running in no time.
Like,
I made a special doll for you. It is bulletproof. Watch.
It's the American Society of Magical Negroes right across the island and shit.
Yeah, exactly. You knew that. You just gotta have
he had his own Virgil.
That was good, man. That's why he was able to survive. Yeah, being shot in the chest,
but yeah,
and the heartbreak of losing your entire goddamn family.
Jesus. Yeah, I really like that opening scene too. Like, what did you guys think of just like the scene where he's just like this entire family gets killed?
That was a great start.
It was like whatever you had problems with going up until that moment, it's like, oh, okay, everybody can get it in this motherfucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to have all that corny stuff that we just did is out the window now, right? Like, but I felt like they just had to seep a little bit more corny in there, just a little dangling, a little bit more corny.
Sprinkle.
Just a dance, yeah.
Towards the second act, you know.
They took the whole bloodline out.
Yeah, it was brutal. But yeah, like you said, it kind of upped the stakes. Gotta made you get your
butthole tight in the movie theater. Like, oh shit, I thought it was all rainbows and candy canes, baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
right. They definitely added that on their own as far as writing, because we all know it was just his wife and kids that had gotten killed in the comics, and when they added that, just your whole entire family, the whole reunion, even dude on the bike.
Yeah,
like dragged his ass out the way, like
bring your ass over here.
Yeah, and it's fucked up that it was the Saints. I like the decision that it was the Saints, like the wife who said, like, you know, kill them all. Because you know, John Travolta was like, kill him and his family. You know, you should eye for an eye or whatever.
Right, Livia.
And then the Lydia's just like, no, his entire family. He was like,
remember who she.
Are you fucking serious?
She is so damn fine. I can't remember who she was.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Like she did a fine job.
I can't remember if she was in something else before this or if she's got like if there's somebody who looks like her now, but I can't remember. But yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember anything about this lady. She just was gorgeous, and I was like, damn, I feel like I seen her in something else, but no.
And all that beauty ended up becoming train wheel lube.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jesus. Laura Haring is the actress's name who played Livia Saint. Yeah, she ended up having an unfortunate demise in that movie, getting thrown off the bridge.
He went. Let me ask you a question. Did he crash out? He crashed way too far.
Yeah.
She said he's G. I can't even say the dang word, even though I already said it. She tried to explain that joint. He didn't want to hear none of that.
Oh, you can say gay on here.
She was like, why are you gay? Who is gay? You are.
Okay. Yeah, that is fucking weird. I like the way that he tricked them both, but I just felt like the story was just a little bit too much. I think I would have preferred if it was a little bit more streamlined. But yeah, then later, we do get Frank in more of a combative mode. We see him really turn it up, and he starts super killing people. God damn it.
I love it.
I keep choosing the wrong.
I love it. No, let's play that. Let's play that because that sets up the reason that we're having that's
turned up.
Drop the gun! Shoot him! Oh! I don't even know these guys. Ollie.
He might be my. You know what? That might be my MVP.
Oh, the
icicle liquor.
Best friend?
Yeah, the best friend, the weird ass motherfucker. I hate the Saints. I hate everything about the Saints.
Yeah, gosh, what was his name?
I can't remember his name, but yeah, he might be my MVP for this one for sure. I
Yeah,
might have to go ahead and switch it back. Did we do that already on this one?
Eddie Jemison.
Eddie Jemison
as Mickey Duca. Yeah, we did the MVPs, right? Because you said yours is Harry Heck, right?
Spacker, I think it was, but then Henry Heck.
Oh no, yeah.
He already chose Henry Heck, so I'll go with the Piercer. Yeah,
right. Yeah, I said the Russian. Yeah.
Well, my runner-up, my honorable mention is going to be old buddy right here.
Yeah. Oh, Mickey Duca.
Mickey Duca. That dude was funny. He's the informant.
Yeah,
I
he
love
admitted.
forgot that gentleman's name that had got cut in the face in the beginning, but then he got way more than cut in the face when he stuck that knife up his face, going all the way to his
right.
mouth.
Yeah,
He put some work on him. He broke his arm. He tortured him before he took him out.
Yeah, he got his ass fucked up. I was like, talk about some get back. That was good. This movie came out in 2004. This kind of, to me, that brought it back to like old 80s action hero shit. Like, oh, I was fucking with this motherfucker 3 acts ago. He fucked me up. But this time, I'm coming for that ass, bro. He got him.
Yeah, it was very satisfying.
And that was the dude that killed his father, right?
Yeah. Came up, shot him in the back.
Yeah,
dick. I think I do have a clip. I think I do have a clip of that like last fight scene. So I think this.
That's sick.
That was fucked up.
Tactical, man. Coming in through. Look, that's and it's right here in the background. That little shot of him pulling that bow and arrow back with the Punisher vest, bulletproof vest on. That's iconic to this day.
Thanks.
I mean,
that's what sold the DVDs right there.
If you haven't seen Thomas Jane, if you've seen Thomas Jane recently, you're not gonna believe that this is Thomas Jane.
Yeah,
because Thomas Jane looked like Dolph Lundgren in the how Dolph Lundgren felt in that movie. That's how Thomas Jane looked. Right.
And I do think that he did a good job in this one. I know he wasn't any of our MVPs, but I think Thomas Jane did a good job as Frank, conveying that sadness and that loneliness.
Yeah, Vic said, I think Vic's right. He was more sad in this one than angry. Like he was angry, but he was really playing sad.
Yeah, he was really playing sad.
Yeah, that same food eating look almost through the whole thing. Just here's a fun fact. They Thomas Jane actually did a short film, which is an extension from this movie, called Punisher. I think it's called Doing Laundry or The Laundry, the Laundromat.
Yes, Dirty Laundry. Yeah, actually.
Hey, mister. You dropped this.
Keep it. Let's get a hole in it anyway.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was impressed because nobody expected it. It just dropped on everybody, and
that's crazy. I've never seen that before.
It was pretty rad. Yeah, it's just like a short scene. I that's pretty much all I could show because it's so violent.
Yeah, it's super violent.
I've never seen it. I've never seen anything but that. Now I gotta go
you could catch it on YouTube. Probably.
Yeah, it's I think it's like 5 minutes long. It's not very long. Ron Perlman has a little cameo in it too.
What my dog?
Decent.
RP. Shout out to RP. Holla at me. Holla at me, dog. What's up?
He puts work, he just puts some working on the street gang, and he's breaking bones and all kind of just mess.
I'm here for it. Shout out to you, Thomas Jane. You stayed in shape for a good long ass time for an actor. I think he's too old to stay in shape now. That's why he look, just drunk all the time now. But
I don't really give a fuck. Yeah, he's recently asked about if he would ever come back to do like a Punisher multiverse thing. He's like, no, I'm too old.
Good. Thanks.
I wouldn't mind directing something, but I think that my time is.
Thank you, Thomas. Past. Thank you for not just saying yes to a check, just regardless. Because a lot of these motherfuckers said, hell yeah, how much they gonna pay me? I'll fucking come back right now.
Yeah, I guess that we won't be seeing him on Battle World.
Yeah, right.
No,
exactly.
And I don't want to.
Yeah.
If you see him, he'll be very confused as to why.
Right.
He'll be like, I don't know why anybody wants to see this.
Yeah, we got John Bernthal now.
Yeah, I still hope we see John. I still hope we see Dolph Lundgren though. If I see Dolph Lundgren in the Battleworld movie,
that would be wild. He'd be like, "I'm here."
And you're dead.
Take that message to your people.
Take that message to your people.
He straight did the Rambo lip too, so you could tell like Sylvester and Lundgren have a special friendship because he straight took that crooked Rambo lip. Like,
yep. And I think that's why he got butt booty hole naked at the end of this movie.
That too, yeah.
He was like, "Look, Arnold ain't fixing to be fucking outdoing me. Y'all got me fucked up. I can get butt naked on TV too, dumbass. You ain't doing nothing but getting butt naked."
Watch what 1,000 squats a day can do.
Says my cheeks look better than yours.
Take that message to your people.
Yeah, but overall, I enjoyed it a lot more the second time.
Yeah,
so I was glad that I watched it. So now I feel like I'm on a roll. I might end up watching Warzone again.
That's one. It's actually a blind spot for me. Maybe we can revisit that one at some point.
I do want to play this one clip. Speaking of tactics, and since we were talking to tactics about Punisher, I think I'm about to hit it right. Unless we're gonna continue this trope of doing shit the wrong way. Let's see here. Nope, wrong way.
You killed my son.
Both of them. Now, what you can't hear in there for some reason on this version of the audio, John Travolta's in that bitch.
He's screaming
through the whole fucking.
Yeah, it's such a weird way to die. Strapping him to the back of the car, and then like all the explosions with the Punisher skull.
Yeah, he got set on fire. He got dealt with for real. That was pretty raw.
Yeah, he got shot like old, dirty, hairy, Western style type shit. Then fucking like y'all said, blown to bits. That was crazy.
Yeah,
I like the fact they used his father's gun. That was kind of like a sign of redemption of true vengeance.
Oh, I didn't even think that. That's
he
cool.
went back and got the old Toolies before he left. Remember?
Yeah,
he left the island. Do you think he just goes back to the island? Because this is still his family.
I remember at the end, he's like on a bridge or something. Ironically, that wasn't that black car again, was it? He must have fixed that shit.
Yeah, it did look like the same black car.
Yeah, maybe he had got a buy one get one.
And then Bruce Wayne borrowed it for the Batman.
Yeah, and he bought it from him. He's like, I heard you were selling this.
Yeah, it's drawing too much attention. Everybody knows it's mine. I was supposed to be dead, so got a deal.
There are things I had like nitpicks about this movie. Like I felt like maybe some of the fight scenes could have been shot a little bit more. I don't know,
choreographed better.
Yeah, a little bit choreographed, a little bit better. Because like there's like one scene where it seems like he takes him 2 minutes just to shoot them. Like he comes up against these two guys in the lobby when he's like stealing all the money or throwing all the money out the window, and he's they all see draw, bah, bah. Yeah, and it just does this like old westerny type of draw thing.
Oh yeah,
it didn't really work for me. I was like, this is kind of more boring than it is interesting.
I felt like it was just kind of anticlimactic to the point that where we went through the beginning where these guys are the ones that killed his kids and his kid and his family, his whole family. Yeah, and he doesn't, he's just gonna. That was not on purpose. But then he's just gonna go bow bow, and then that's gonna be it. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I needed you to go ahead and put it like he did old buddy that killed his pops. I needed to see him do all of them like that. Like, no,
Right.
bro, you finna get it. This is for Uncle This is for Uncle Thomas. Since Uncle Thomas didn't fuck with nobody. You shot that nigga. He was on the toilet.
He owed me money.
How the hell am I supposed to get that money back from Uncle Thomas? Shit.
You shot nephew off the bike. Hit his body. I didn't even know where to find that shit when I used this shit to chase you down.
He just got a lacrosse scholarship.
Do you know how embarrassing it is trying to identify a member of your family and you don't know who the fuck they are?
They capped his mom too.
Yeah, they kept everybody.
He was like the first one to go.
Dog. She was the first one. She was the first person to die.
It's like, did y'all do that on purpose? It's like, wait a second. Just shoot his mom real quick.
Right.
then we'll get into it.
Yeah, that one right there. She talking the longest. She must be his mama. Shoot her.
You know what's crazy? If she would have never left from below that canoe with her son, there's a great chance they would have survived.
Right. Yeah. Like I think we said that too when we were watching. It's like she's like, okay, we need to go.
Bitch. Why?
Yeah. It's a bad idea.
Like, you got the best hiding spot on the island, and you decide to just draw attention instead.
Like so fucking stupid. You saw him get shot. Like, but
at the very least, they was gonna walk away far enough to where then they could then get away. Like, bitch, you over here worried about the wrong thing. We can just get to that Jeep where all them niggas are standing around.
Yep. Right. Right. There's only about 5 of them. I think if we tiptoe, they won't hit it.
This ain't Metal Gear Solid, bitch. We not gonna make it.
Oh yeah, Penny Pat.
We did mention that the last movie, the 89 movie, didn't get a theatrical release, but this movie did, and it actually did pretty well at the box office. And it actually had some pretty good competition. Kill Bill Volume 2 was dropped on the same day.
Wow.
So that was huge. Hellboy, like you said, Ella Enchanted. I remember that movie being pretty big. Scooby-Doo 2, whole 10 yards. Wow. 2004 was a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ is 52nd Day. So there's a lot of competition for sure, but it still made its money at the box office.
Walking Tall, nigga.
Oh gosh, I remember that movie, the Rock movie where he just had a 2x4.
Home on the Range.
Home on the Range. I don't remember that one. Oh, I think that's a cartoon.
The Passion of the Christ. I think you already said. The Prince and Me.
Prince
and Me. That?
I don't know.
Girl Next Door. I remember that, and I was mad because wasn't no side boob or nothing. No boob. Just nothing in it. Just very upsetting movie.
Yeah.
Jersey Girl, Mystic River,
Sunshine.
The
Barbershop 2.
Barbershop 2. Is that the best or the worst barbershop?
That's the worst barbershop.
Oh,
well, actually, I don't.
Controversial.
I think Beauty Shop is the worst barbershop.
Twisted, Gypsy 83, Catch That Kid. Yeah, so nothing really that good after that, I guess.
Yeah, not some movies that I remember, but not a lot of movies I've rewatched that came out that year.
Just too many.
Yeah, there's just too much going on.
We didn't have. I don't think. Wait, was Netflix out back then?
No,
I don't think so.
Not yet.
Was I think they
not yet. They didn't
shit.
come out until like 2 or 3 years later, and they were delivering DVDs back then.
Right. So it was still like you could rent the DVD. Yeah.
It was basically rent with no late fees. 0 late fees was how they presented it. But then
they ship it to you right to your door, to your mailbox or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then
you don't, but they don't tell you it is a late fee. If you don't send it back, you bought it.
Yeah, they just charge
you
for it. Yeah, now you own that.
Now you own it, and we gonna send your ass whatever else you want. You want something else? We'll keep sending you shit. It was like Columbia House, but rent.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember when they switched to like having it on streaming. I was like, this changed my fucking life. Blockbuster did the same thing, but
it kind of changed my life. It was like, Netflix when it went to streaming, it was cool, but like they still didn't have shit, and they would mail you that.
Right.
So whatever they didn't have, you search it and be like, Die Hard? Well, we do have it, but not on streaming where you just get this thing here. And I'm like, man, I don't want to do all that. I want you to have everything, Netflix. And then they tried.
That's that like now there's just too many streamings. If you ask me, it's I don't know how you could deal with all these services that's out now.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the way I advise most people to do it is you watch the Drunk Banthas podcast on Mondays at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time, and Thursdays you watch the Bantha Bunch show on those two channels. Man, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You watch these things.
Sound like a
to keep.
That's the way. Yeah, that's the way
you watch that, so you don't have to keep finding shit. Where does the good shit? You don't have to do all that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're going broke watching all these channels, so you don't have to.
Right.
There you go.
But you know, I guess there's only one question that we have to answer now. Does it hold? Right at the end of each episode, we vote on whether the film in question is as good or as bad as we remember. Vic, since it's your first time,
some water, man. This has been a lot of conversation.
Yeah, right. This is a big one, man. Since we were talking about since we're talking about 2004 Punisher, let's get that one out of the way first. What is your vote on that one? Does it hold up?
I guess I'm being biased as a comic book fan, and that I actually enjoyed that movie a lot more today. So I'm gonna say it holds up.
Okay, got one vote for yes, it does hold up for 2004 Punisher.
Oh, 04.
What about you, Bill? Does it hold
up? Does it hold up? Thomas Jane, man, yeah. Man, remember that time, Thomas? Remember when we was saying, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it holds up. It holds up because, this movie could be made today, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You put your pretty white boy up there, everybody going to see it, and now, you add all the elements of the assassins and the Italian stuff. You can always people don't care about Italians. You can always just be like,
or Russians.
Italians, Russians. Italians are crime bosses. Yes. Russians are crime bosses. They kidnap children. Yes.
I say that's believable.
Yakuza. The Yakuza.
Oh yeah, the Yakuza.
They're terrible. Yes. Got it. These things work. They travel throughout the test of time. So yeah, I'm fucking with it. What about you?
Does it hold? I kind of went back and forth on the 2004. I'm gonna have to say it doesn't hold up for me. I liked a lot of things about it. Like I liked the opening and a lot of things toward the end, but the story is just feels like it sort of meanders. Again, I don't love the Quentin Glass storyline with like the infidelity. I just felt like that just overstuffs the movie a little bit, man. I didn't have a whole lot of fun. I was like falling asleep through the middle part, and then when it picks up again at the end, I was like, oh yeah, I wish the whole movie was like this. But that's just me. I get where y'all come from.
I watched it with you, so I know why you were asleep. You were asleep because you ain't had no sleep. So I don't know if that's the reason. You should putting your sleeping habits on the movie though.
But yeah, I guess two against one for the 2004.
Oh yeah, so it wins. We didn't really care about what you had to say. We already
and I guess now we have to go to 1989 Punisher. Vic,
hold on, wait.
Oh wait, so you gotta pull up the.
We gotta switch the mode up. We gotta switch the mode up. Yeah, it's Dolph. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga right here. What you was gonna do with this motherfucker right here?
This nigga's drunk as
hell. Show up on set looking like this. What you gonna do? What was you supposed to do?
They're like, just let him.
Just let it happen.
He's 6'6". I don't think you want to get him angry.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that had to be a big problem. Him being 6'6", trying to find villains, like just henchmen that he can whoop up on. If you think about him being as tall as he is, and they had some really tall Asians in this motherfucker. They had some huge Asian people in this movie. Because anyway.
Yeah, it's so funny in that movie that he had with Brandon Lee, like this, like everybody looks so much smaller than he does. Like he's just towering over all of the henchmen. It's crazy. But
he's a henchman killer. But you know what I wanted to ask you is,
does it hold? Vic, I'll let you go first.
Oh man, I suck at this because of its Punisher. If it was like a standard movie, I probably would say it doesn't hold up, but it gave me a sense of nostalgia when I watched it again. So I kind of, the way it made me feel, the way I felt about it like when I first saw it when I was younger, kind of caught up with me, and I enjoyed it. But like if it wasn't a Punisher movie, it probably wouldn't hold up.
See, I feel what you're saying there. But you're gonna go with it does hold up. Or would you go? Are you going with it does or it doesn't hold up?
I would be biased if I say it holds up. So I'm just gonna say it, like on a wider scope, it doesn't hold up.
Okay.
I still enjoyed it, but it doesn't hold up like on a grand scheme of things.
Right. I feel that.
So
because I had thought to myself,
does it hold?
No, but yeah, the question goes to you. I'm gonna be the tiebreaker on this one.
I do think this movie holds up. I had so much fucking fun watching it this afternoon, man. Like this is like on the level of like The Beekeeper or like one of those like fantastic Fast and Furious movies. Like they're so fucking ridiculous and stupid.
Yeah.
But they're so much fun because of just how insane it is. And that just falls into that category for me. That I keep just seeing him like deliver all these terrible lines in my head.
I got the pizza.
Like I forgot how much, because like when I saw it as a kid, I was just like
some dead over here.
When I was a kid, I was so stuck up on like, well, he doesn't have the shield. I mean, he doesn't have like the skull on his chest. He doesn't look like Frank, so it just doesn't feel like the Punisher. But he does still do some very Punisher-y things. It's honestly just kind of missing the visual, which I kind of got over that watching it today, especially how fucking hilarious it is. So I'm saying that it does hold up for me. And again, with movies like Fast and Furious, like they make the movies like that all the time. And I think you can make this movie again and just be so amazing.
The thing is, I feel you. That's. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at these lines in motherfucking movie.
Take that message to your people.
Oh, I love
it's just insane, man. You're dead.
Take that message to your people.
If I could talk to Dolph right now, young Dolph, it's Dolph. If I could talk to Dolph right now, I'd ask him one question and one question only.
Does it hold?
I didn't really know if I was going to be the tiebreaker or not. But this movie does not hold up. Now, if it because it's a Punisher movie, like Vic said, man, let me tell you something. If this movie is just laundry, is vengeance.
Vengeance.
If this movie was called Revenge, or if it's called Too Slow, or anything else, then the Punisher, I'm going with it holds up because it's fucking ridiculous. And this is the kind of shit like this that's ridiculous. It's still made till this day.
Mhm.
You know, whether these kids be thinking, some of these kids think, oh man, that shit's so old. Nigga, y'all watching the same shit with better special effects. And actually, some of it's not even as good or just as bad.
Yeah.
And it's got way better special effects.
Right.
I'm not gonna name any. See, you started naming people's names. You said the beekeeper. See, that's just disrespectful. See, I'm not gonna start putting people's shit out there like
the
that.
beekeeper.
I'm the beekeeper. I'm also the transporter. And I'm also the night. I'm the
expendable as well.
Yeah, I'm the wet nurse.
He has a movie. He has a movie called The Working Man that came out this year.
Yeah.
It looks. I thought it was a sequel to The Beekeeper.
No, it's
not.
called.
It's just the same movie.
I said they should just next time they just go call it Jason Statham movie. That's all they're gonna call it because he's The Working Man is about as close as you can get to just describing all of his movies.
Yeah, it's just Jason doing Statham.
Jason working. It's Jason doing a job at work.
I'm just a working man.
I like the lumberjack. That's his next one. Fucking write it down.
Man.
Write it
That's
down
the
somewhere.
lumberjack.
Write it down somewhere.
He's definitely gonna be the lumberjack.
That's the next one.
year.
He'll be out in Canada somewhere. Fucking,
Yeah, he'll be playing a Canadian, but he still has that fucking accent.
somebody killed the guy who makes the flapjacks. He's been doing it for 38 years. Somebody killed him. And no, I've got to kill you.
Well, I guess we come down
Mr.
to
Statham.
it.
Sorry, Mr. Statham.
Like according to the votes, 2004 Punisher does trump 1989 The Punisher.
Oh, is that the vote?
That's the vote.
Wait a minute. I didn't know that was what we were voting on now.
I mean, well, ultimately, because
No, I'm joking. Which one do y'all think is better though? Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Which one do y'all think is better? Vic, I'll let you go first. Which one is better? And this is completely subjective.
Yeah, because they differ so much. Like you get you get a humor out of the tackiness of the '89 one, even though it still had great action too, and then there was humor in the 2004 as well. It's just a different type of humor.
Yeah,
but they don't have like a comparison as far as like similarity. They both have such a different vibe and feel that if I had to watch one again, I might watch the '89 one again first. Just to hear them lines and shit.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm watching it again tonight. I
personally the righteous gemstones.
Yeah, just hear that theme again. But I just had a much better time with the '89 movie. 2004, like I think it's closer to being an actual good movie. Like I think if you make some changes, like it's like it'll be like a really, really awesome Punisher movie. Yeah. But you have to do a lot more to the '89 version to make it like actually like a great movie. I think his faults are like making it more rewatchable for me. But yeah, I still have so much more fun with the '89 movie. Call me crazy. What about you?
It would depend on what type of the day it is, really. What kind of day am I having? What kind of day am I having? I'm watching one, like, for obvious reasons. I'm watching Dolph, man, to get these jokes off. Right. I'm gonna get these jokes off. I'm gonna be reciting what do you call it? Lines from the movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be rewinding. Hey, stop. Hey, go back. No, run that back. No, go back. That's the kind of time you're gonna have with this movie, y'all. So if we're doing V versus V, I'm gonna have to go with Dolph on a day where I'm partaking in some herbage and maybe a nice little drink or two. Yeah.
I think that's why I ended up enjoying it so much.
Guys, if you're gonna end up watching one with your girl, if you're gonna pick one, pick the Dolph one.
Yeah, actually.
She would be so mad at you.
If you gotta watch one, You should be like, baby, you should have seen the other one. I'm gonna just tell you, look, the other one, you would at least be. It'd be so slow. I feel like with the 2004 one that you're gonna be like boring her even more. At least with this one, y'all can like laugh.
Yeah, she gonna be staring at you more than the movie. Like,
yeah. Thomas Jane might give her a chance. Thomas Jane might give her too much faith. Like maybe it'll get better.
Yeah, especially with that opening scene. And
yeah, no. But yeah, that damn Dolph, she gonna have you looking at him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he gonna have her looking at you. It's gonna be amazing.
Look at her face when Dolph is new. See if you catch her in the catch a Jones in.
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Like, you biting your lip when you don't ever bite your lip for me.
Oh man, well, Vic, thank you so much for coming on, man, and helping us determine what the best Punisher movie is. You know, we got to have you on again sometime to talk some more nerdy shit.
Yeah, we can't wait till the next one. The next Punisher movie for sure. No,
I really enjoyed it, man, and I'm always down. And I would like to have you guys on the show as well. Like we do a lot.
We'd love to, man. Absolutely, man. It's always a blast. Yeah, man. It's always a blast talking about this kind of stuff with you, man. And we'll again, guys, check it out in the link description for Vic's YouTube channel. Vic, do you want to tell the people where they can find you on the interwebs?
Absolutely. I'm Vic Vega 718 on Instagram. Victorious Vic Vega is my Facebook. And as mentioned, Edge of Vegaverse, you just type that into the YouTube and my channel will pop right up.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that'll also all be in the link in the video description if you guys don't remember all that stuff.
You're stupid.
I'm a stoner. I've been drinking. I know. I rely on I rely on the video details section. But Bill, you want to tell people where they can find you on the interwebs?
Yeah. You guys know where you can find me. You can find me on the Drunk Banthas channel. You can find me on Nerds at Night channel, and you can find me on Instagram, Drunk Banthas, and you can find us on Twitter. Everywhere the socials is mediated, you can find us there. And you can find me every Thursday. Well, you can find both of us every Monday right here on the Drunk Banthas channel and Nerds at Night channel. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the Drunk Banthas podcast on Monday, 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. And me right here, usually by myself, on Thursdays, the Bantha Buzz Show, your favorite cousins, kicking it, talking about all kinds of movies and television that we don't get to talk about on the Drunk Banthas podcast, like Common Side Effects and other documentaries that we
Devil May
talk
Cry.
about. Devil May Cry, we definitely talked about. We talked about Yacht Rock documentary.
Yeah.
We got so many things that we talk about over there. So make sure you come by every Thursday, 7:15 p.m. Pacific time. It's lit.
Yes, thank you. That is all for our show, but thank you so much for watching. New episodes drop every other Wednesday at 4:20 p.m. Pacific time. Check us out on all social media platforms at The Drunk Banthas. Please like and subscribe. It's not required, but if you don't, you will not be invited to the cookout.
Get your ass out of here.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Peace. You weird if you don't subscribe and you watch this long.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins.